right there.
Let's do this. Hola, Geek fans! Welcome back. It's that time again. It's 4:30. It's Friday. We're shooting at the luxurious Goodrich Studios International, and this is Geeks at the Movies. My name is Shane Goodrich. I'll be your host this evening, and joining me, as always, is our illustrious lead writer, the Mr. Jacob Hotels.
What's going on, guys?
Are you excited today, Jacob?
Yes, I am.
Are you actually excited?
Yes, I'm pumped for this show. First thing up, what is it?
The first thing up is 2 new TV spots for DC's upcoming Batman vs. Superman movie, Dawn of Justice. Talk.
Okay, so the first of the TV spots was just Superman. You know, it's scenes I've already seen from the movie. You know, Batman bouncing his car off of it.
The impact we didn't see before.
Yeah, we didn't see the full impact. Then he rips off things. Then he says his line like, "When your light shines, don't go to it." Then he flies away. And they cut out Batman's thing because you know it was the Superman spot. Then the Batman spot, we got a glimpse of this conversation before. Him talking to Alfred about how Superman is a threat. We got the full conversation this time, and that was the one that I liked out of these two.
His reasoning made sense to me based on the Batman character. Oh, there's even a 1% chance he can destroy mankind.
Yes.
So that's enough for me to go on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care as long as I wasn't too stupid. They fight. It's cool, and then they move on to the other stuff.
Yeah, I just liked seeing Ben Affleck's acting as
he's competent. You think?
Yeah, he is Bruce Wayne, pretty much, from what I've seen so far.
I like his Batman voice.
Yes, he has a cool Batman voice. Even when it's not modulated, it sounds cool. Because in that one part, has the voice modulated. I want to know what happens, like why it changes throughout the film. Like, because it's modulated in that one scene, then...
I wonder if it is in other scenes or if he's doing himself.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how that goes. Because I don't know if I want it to be modulated for the whole time.
I'm just talking about the time where he says, "I thought she's with you."
Yeah.
That's the voice I'm talking about.
Yeah, like that.
I'm not talking about when he's in the armor.
Yeah, but there's that one scene in the part they cut out from the Superman spot where he says, "Do you bleed?" He's not in his armor in that, and he still has the modulated voice.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh.
In the first trailer, they cut it so it looked like he was saying that in his armor, but it's actually not from that scene.
Huh, interesting. I wonder if they did sound editing on it, though, so they maybe add the effects.
Yeah, maybe. I just want, I just think that would be...
I don't see why that's a problem if the sound effect works.
I just don't know if it would be that plausible for him to have his voice modulated throughout the entire, thing.
Well, I'd just be fading the background for me. Yeah, you got the voice modulator thing, or you're talking funny. Whatever. I want the Batman voice.
They do it on Arrow. He has the really deep voice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want the Batman voice because now it's a thing now, right?
Yes.
Okay, Bruce Wayne will talk this way, and when he's Batman, he's gonna lower that voice. It's gonna be, how low can he go?
He can't be, Christian Bale. Which way our choice going?
Oh, I love Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne, but the Batman voice was a
little too much.
A little too much.
A little too death metal.
Either way, did you like these? Did these excite you?
Yes, they do. Even the Superman one, even though I've already seen all that stuff, I just like that they're going back to, it's Batman versus Superman.
You think they're trying to recover from the backlash from that?
I think that's exactly what they're doing, because even other stuff that we've seen recently from the marketing has just been focusing on these two characters and the fact that they're going to be fighting each other.
This is the selling point. Yes. That random monster, Doomsday,
yeah.
The average person's like, who's that?
Yeah, they need the movie to explain that for them. They can't do that in the trailer.
They don't care. They're there for a Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
And so, I still think, though, it's going to be half-half kind of deal.
Yeah, it will be. I just hope...
Could there be another threat beyond Doomsday?
Well, we're going to be talking about that in the next topic.
Oh, convenient. Item number 2. Speaking of Batman vs. Superman, new images from the film have been released through Empire magazine. One of which shows Batman looking out for a huge Omega symbol and in the ground, teasing the appearance of the character Darksied or Darksied? Darksied! Oh yeah, baby.
So, I think it was the Comic-Con trailer, we see, Batman in that nightmare vision he's having, all the little,
gargoyles.
Yeah, the things that are flying above him. And now people were saying those look like Darkseid's minions, but they're not. It's just like little nods to the fans. But this thing says that Darkseid is coming because he has his symbol is the Omega symbol, and Batman's looking out on this vast landscape of just like a destroyed city, and a giant Omega symbol is in the ground. Those are definitely Darkseid's minions, and he's definitely coming. Not in this film. I don't think he's coming in this film.
That was my next question. Is it this film?
No, I think
Will we see him?
I don't think so. I don't
hear him.
That's a possibility, but I think they're going to be saving him for Justice League. I think he's going to be the main threat in that movie.
Who plays him?
That's anyone could play him because he's going to be like either a totally CGI or totally like practically effect. He's going to be like Thanos. He's basically is DC's Thanos. So I am excited for this because I do want Darkseid to be a villain. Like I do want him to have a presence in this, and it is a it's going to be like a going towards the New Gods. That book that you read, The Death of the New Gods.
Does that diminish Doomsday though by taking that route? Who cares?
I don't.
Is he a major threat in the comic books?
He's
Doomsday.
Yeah. Doomsday's the guy that killed Superman in the comic books. The first.
So they're he's in this movie and they're setting up Darkseid.
See, I think that's just going to be a little tease in that one scene, and they're not going to show Darkseid or anything. They're not going to show what his powers are or anything. Just going to say that he has the power to destroy the world.
Oh man!
So, and it's not going to diminish from Doomsday because it's just going to be one scene. And
he looks like he's a monster.
Yeah,
does he have sentience? Does he think?
No, he doesn't think at all.
Oh, so even in the comic books, he's the monster.
Yeah, he's just in the comic books, he was created on a Krypton before it got destroyed, and then he got mutated further somehow.
I thought he was. Like human intelligence.
Yeah. No,
okay.
No, he doesn't think at all. He just.
Oh, then he throw him away. I didn't want that villain. He'd be good to fight.
I want him to be there for this fight. It's the thing. It makes sense for them to Batman and Superman to band together to fight this guy, but then I want him to come back stronger and looking more like Doomsday. With the spikes coming out of his head and everything. And because I want. Then
they can have that interaction.
Yeah, he can come back in the proper Man of Steel sequel.
Well, I'm excited about Darkseid because I read a comic book with Darkseid, and I just loved it because it was so cheesy, tyrant. It was weird.
He's also like another Marvel villain, Apocalypse, where he's like, I am Apocalypse. And
yeah, that's awesome. What did I see? Was that in
That was The Death of the New Gods that you read, and he's from
Apocalypse.
Just but it's spelled with a K. And then he's on Apocalypse, and there's all these other weird characters like Granny Goodness. I hope we see this weird character, Granny Goodness.
What about Mobius? Is Mobius the really tall, skinny guy, or is that his computer's name?
See, I have no idea.
I had no idea what any was in that comic book.
Because there were a lot of characters, and they were all just characters
bizarre.
I've heard of before. But I do hope they introduce the New Gods and go further into Apocalypse. This is the sweatiest movie we've ever gotten. The nerdiest, the geekiest. Because they're just going really deep into the comic book lore that no one knows about. So I'm excited.
That's true. They're going for it. That's the New Gods.
Yeah, they could do that. Even if they just have Orion, the one guy with the weird red suit.
Once they introduce one though, then where's the background?
Yeah.
Get the foot in the door.
Yeah.
It could be cool, but there's so many. Was there a central cast in that comic?
There was. Orion was the main guy because he's the one that actually integrated himself into the rest of the DC group of heroes. So I think they can introduce him, but for now they're just gonna focus on Darkseid and Apocalypse.
That's awesome.
Yes, I'm excited.
Very well, then let's move on to item number 3. A new theory report has emerged online saying that in the upcoming Thor Ragnarok, the title character will be banished from Asgard and end up on the alien world where he'll have to fight as a gladiator to make his way up to fight the current champ. Top of the mountain, baby, just like Mortal Kombat.
And the current champion, the Hulk.
Oh my god.
Yes, I am. This is a great theory. And it's kind of the next best thing when people are asking for, are we gonna get another solo Hulk movie? And if so, will it be, Planet Hulk? This is essentially the storyline of Planet Hulk, except Thor's not there in that storyline.
And there's some guy made it up.
Yeah, some guy just made this up, but he actually had sources.
He claims he has sources.
Yeah,
has he been reliable in the past?
I don't know who he is. But so he had, he claims he has sources that confirm this. We've heard that many of other things before and turn out not to be true. But if this is true, it would be awesome, and it kind of goes along with what Mark Ruffalo has been saying about his presence in the film. He said that it was going to be more like a cosmic road trip movie between Thor and Hulk. Maybe Thor gets banished there. He finds his way to the Hulk, fights him, awesome fight scene, and then he knocks him out of it.
It parallels what happened with Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Because now he's in Captain America's movie. He plays a major role.
Yeah.
So, you gotta get the other big names to do it. So that would make sense, but I can see them doing all kinds of things.
Yeah. And he also, Mark Ruffalo also said that even though he's not getting his own movie, his presence in Thor Ragnarok and the Infinity War movies will add up to a full Hulk storyline.
Oh, that's cute that he comes to himself with that line.
I know. He just wants to have the fans stop bitching about it because he's bitching about it too. We know, but I would really like this to happen. Because the Planet Hulk storyline is a really cool storyline. I watched the animated movie, which was basically it's like the panel was brought to life on screen. So that would be really awesome. And I know everyone wants to see Thor fight the Hulk more because we got that one scene in the first Avengers movie.
They punched him.
Is it Hulk
that punched him?
Yeah, there was that. Before that, they actually had a little fight scene. Remember?
Oh, I remember that little fight scene.
When Hulk was going all he's going all batshit crazy in the helicarrier, and then Thor calls his hammer, and right when the Hulk goes to punch him, he grabs a hammer.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You can't pick it up.
Yeah. So that I like to see more of that. The only thing that I don't like about this is that it claims that Thor gets his head shaved when he goes to the Gladiator Stadium.
His head shaved?
I wouldn't want to see a bald Chris Hemsworth.
He's Thor.
I know, he's Thor. He has to have the...
He's supposed to be tall, blue-eyed, blonde hair. That's Thor.
Golden locks, yeah.
Yeah.
So
he's a Viking.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to see that, but I would like to see him fighting as a gladiator and just have this whole montage of him killing all these other alien creatures.
That would be cool, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
It could, because they also said it's a scheme between Loki and Hela. They're also speculating that is it Nicole Kidman? I'm pretty sure she was the one that is. Oh
no, it's Kate Blanchett. Kate
Blanchett is cast in this movie, possibly as a villain, possibly as Hela, who is basically the Queen of the Dead, in the whole Asgard universe.
I don't know anything about that character, but Kate Blanchett will rock it.
Yes, she will do she's
Galadriel.
Yeah, Thor. The Thor villains are the only good villains we've gotten besides the one from the second one, who was just possibly the worst of them actually. But Tom Hiddleston's coming back as Loki. Kate Blanchett's going to be there, possibly as Hela, and we know Mark Ruffalo's going to be there as a Hulk. We don't know if it's going to follow this whole gladiator fight.
Now that I'm hearing you, they would just have to dominate the movie.
Yeah,
it's a part of the movie.
Yeah, it's just a part. He gets banished at the beginning, and then he fights his way up. Makes friends with the Hulk again.
And they can introduce random other characters in there.
They could
Bay Ray Bill.
Ooh, yes, yeah, that would be awesome.
Bay Ray Bill.
Yes, and then they could also tie in the Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Of course.
Because they're in space.
Right. Just like they threw in the random Hulk shower bathing scene, they can throw some random who's the other guy scene.
You mean
the lead male actor
of
Chris Pratt?
Oh yeah, the Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. They could
throw in some of those scenes.
Or just see a talking tree. Anything just in the background to hint at what we're going to get in the Infinity War movies.
Oh man, I am so excited for this movie. But this doesn't come out till when?
2017, next year.
Let us now move on to item number 5. 3 new teasers for HBO's upcoming season of Game of Thrones have been released. Jacob, Game of Thrones is now my trinity. I've created this trinity.
Yes.
There is Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's probably always going to be my number 1 favorite show, if I really think about it, just because nostalgia. Started watching when I was 5 years old, season 1. Then there's Deadwood. It's fucking astonishingly good, and it fits my taste. And there's Game of Thrones, because it's fucking astonishingly good, and it fits my taste. And it's come back.
Yes, for me, Game of Thrones is also up there. Also have,
You did a recent convert to Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
like 6 months ago, you hadn't seen him, right?
Yeah, I caught up. everything. So like before the last season came out, so I caught up on everything. I just binge watched all of it, and then I was like, oh my god, I now have to wait for episodes to come out. No, but then it's been a long wait, but it's coming back in April now, and I'm so excited for it. These teasers, they don't show anything. They just have some lines of dialogue.
Let's do this.
But they get me pumped for the show, and my favorite one was the one where you hear, it's for the I don't know the names of the houses. I'm a bad fan. It's the one with the
Starks, the Lannisters.
The Lannisters, and you hear the when she's doing her walk of shame, you hear them going shame, shame, in one of the teasers, and teaser for their house. So I like that. They're calling back to. I think a lot of the events that happened at the end of last season. Back.
I remember the guy with the Hound's brother.
Yeah.
He's taking a vow of silence till he rids the kingdom of His Majesty's enemies.
Yeah.
Imagine her, Cersei thinking about that. Imagine her having to go through that humiliation, walking through the street, getting hit with corn and vegetable matter. Imagine that.
Yeah, that added a lot to the character, I thought, and even though I don't like the character that much, I'm excited to see her back.
I'm excited to see her fuck those people up that did to her.
Yeah.
Because I don't like those people.
Yeah.
That actually did it. I don't like them.
And not only are they fucking her up, they're messing up the life of her son and his wife.
Yep.
So
they're just strange religious cult with bizarre beliefs, and they use violence to achieve their methods.
Maybe the dragons will come in finally. The only thing I don't like about Game of Thrones is how much they milk everything out for so long. Ever since the first episode of the first season, they've been saying, "Winter is coming. When's it gonna come?"
That's true. It finally fucking came a little bit up in the north in a snowstorm. Every season they said that. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be the second season.
Yeah,
winter was
I know, me too. And then, but now it's probably gonna be the last episode. But they're just gonna keep going with Game of Thrones until the author finally writes the last book, and then they're gonna go some more after that too.
And for his name,
George R. R. Martin.
George R. R. Martin. He's already stated he's not going to have the book done before the show, the next season finishes. Yeah. So now, book people, they are in an odd situation. Yeah. Oh man, what do I do?
Do I keep watching the show and just read the book later, or do I wait? But I haven't read the books, and I actually want to read the books before I saw the show.
Well, I didn't want to see them before I saw the show.
Because I the show is very time consuming, but those books, the huge books. I'm a slow reader, so it would take me forever to get through those books. But I'm glad I watched the show. It's great.
The show makes me want to read those books.
Yeah,
because it gives me the energy to do something. Like, oh yeah, let's do this. Because the books differ in a lot of aspects, but smaller things, and they have side characters you can put in that you can't have in the show. What did you like about season 5, and what you dislike?
Well, I did think season 5 definitely was the worst of all of them, but
I agree.
It was just a slight difference in quality. They had some of their storylines all mishmashed together. I felt like, and
slow pacing.
Yes, the one of the following the Stark girl.
Oh, the young Stark girl with the no names and.
Yes, that
faces.
Because her storylines in the previous seasons were my favorite. That was one of my favorites.
She was really good with the Hound.
Yes, and then they introduced this part, and I was like, I don't really like this that much. It was very slow paced, I thought. And
that character that she originally met when she was working for Tywin.
Yeah.
That was good too.
Yes.
Now I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I don't really even like that guy anymore.
Yeah, this is all kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
Though it was really awesome when she got revenge on whatever that guy's name.
Yeah. It was very, very cool scenes in season 5. I did like at the end though. Probably my favorite part at the end was when Cersei, not Cersei, the dragon lady. She gets on the dragon and it blows all those people away.
Khaleesi.
Yeah, when she flies away on the dragon. We actually get to see someone on a dragon in a fantasy show.
Some people said the special effects were up to par. I was too enamored in what was happening to care.
Yeah, I didn't care either. And apparently, in that scene, you actually see set people in the background on the show working up in the...
I wonder, the episode previous to that was my favorite episode of the season, one of my favorite episodes of all of the seasons. Hard Home.
Yes.
That was film quality. That was movie quality production.
Yes, it was.
I wonder, so they had the A team working on Hard Home and their B team, how did the budget break up?
They actually do have, two different teams working at the same time. But
is one significantly better or worse than the other?
Yeah.
Because I've watched it so many times. It's amazing.
Yeah, that is actually probably the best episode of the show.
It might be. It's one of the best action sequences or war sequences I've seen in anything, movie or television.
Yeah, it was really awesome, and that goes into, could we see a Game of Thrones movie? I think absolutely. Even after the show's done, it could be before the first episode of Game of Thrones, or
imagine the epic if it was actually a standalone original feature film.
Yeah, and you don't have to watch the show to have
right. It could be a separate story.
Yeah, it could be about the Mad King. There you go.
Thank you.
Go on, Adrian.
I am pumped. Game of Thrones does not let me down. People said season 5 let them down. It didn't let me down. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was still really good. I really enjoyed it.
Once you get so high, it's like it's a little worse than this, which is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're really excited. We're gonna be doing something to do with Game of Thrones.
Well, it's coming out. The 6th season is coming out soon in April. I think it's late April.
Should we review every episode? I'm just gonna mindlessly bring that right now.
If we have the time,
it's the most popular thing on TV.
Might possibly review every episode, but if not, we're gonna review.
It's only 12 episodes, right? 10
episodes.
It's one of my favorite TV shows. I have to. Yes,
okay.
I'm already doing this. Of course, it's
okay.
favorite TV shows.
Okay, we're gonna review.
We're so well prepared today, folks. Let's move on to item number 5. For years now, a sequel to the second Conan film, Conan the Conqueror, has been in the works, but no real movement has been made on the project. At a recent event, Arnold Schwarzenegger gave an update on the project, saying that after being on the throne for decades, Conan's people are now like, oh, I don't like it, I'm going to overthrow him.
Yeah.
We get that story to tell.
Yeah, and he said this is definitely happening. We've heard that before from a lot of people, like going back to HBO, Deadwood. But we're talking about a lot of fantasy stuff today.
Awesome.
And I love the first Conan movie.
Fantasy.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Second one, it was decent. It was okay. I liked it.
I like the violence of the R. That's the thing. I was like, wow, this is a hard R.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that King Arthur movie I showed you. It's King Arthur. It's hard R.
Yeah. And they tried to reboot it with going back to Game of Thrones. Jason Momoa playing as Conan. I only watched the beginning of the movie, and apparently that's the only good part of the movie. After that, it apparently just gets awful.
I saw the trailers, and I immediately went, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
But I can't remember why.
Because the beginning of the movie is actually pretty awesome. It's his parents, they're fighting in this battlefield, and then his mom gives birth to him on the battlefield, and it's just really, it's really brutal, and just what we want to see in a Conan movie.
The tone, it set the tone of the original movie did.
But then after that, it just loses everything. But I have wanted to see this ever since I saw the first one. Because
you want to see the third one?
Yes, I want to see the third one even before I saw the second one. Because even in the first one, they're showing him on the throne, like as an old man, sitting there at being King Conan, and they've been talking about this for such a long time now, and I remember like 3 years ago they were that was the first time they actually like really said like this is happening, and then ever since then nothing has come out of it. And, I know Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's really busy on revisiting other projects that have failed, that were once popular, like the Terminator franchise.
He did good himself.
Yes.
Everything else is bad.
Yeah, and but I this is like the one franchise I really want to see him come back to, because he's not known for his acting ability, but he's awesome as Conan because he just like cuts people down.
Well, in that case, he's known for being able to play those roles well.
Yes.
So his general acting ability as an actor, no.
Yes.
But his specific skills.
Yeah.
That's getting the right. Like Keanu Reeves in that movie. I hate Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But he's in that one movie.
John Wick.
John Wick. Right. It works.
Yes. And I want to see Conan as an old man now, and it's a very interesting prospect. The people overthrow him, and then he has to work his way back to the throne, and like there's probably like some leader that he has to take out
See, that's the details I'm worrying about, because if he's had a long and peaceful reign, and then suddenly this happens, I don't know if I want to see that part. Yeah. Maybe I'd rather see a war happening. There's an outside power coming in. He has to fight.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to take one last time. Yeah. There's some bullshit. Keep him going.
There was this movie that came out. I think it was last year, called Maggie, and it was a. It was kind of like a zombie movie, but without the action. It reminded me a lot of the Last of Us, where his daughter gets infected, and he has to like run away from the government, so they don't kill her or like use her as an experiment.
Does she have any sense of self? Or she's a zombie?
No, she's just infected.
There's a difference.
Yeah, so and apparently his performance in that, because it was a very dramatic movie, what was actually better than what we've seen in most of his other stuff, where it's just an full action movie. So he could add in some dramatic tones, but not that we want to see too much in a Conan movie. We want to see more action than dramatic tones.
It did have a dramatic feel to serious feel to the original Conan.
Yeah.
Just because it was so I remember feel like, oh, it's cold, it's hot, it's violent, it's a harsh world. That's how I felt about Conan.
Yeah, I really liked the scene in the original movie with the witch that he takes him into his home, and then I really liked that.
Yeah, everything about the tone, and then also weird campiness, like when Arnold Schwarzenegger punches a camel. Did he punch a camel?
Yes, I remember that, and being like, what just happened? Why did he punch that camel?
And it worked. I mean, the movie delivered. James Earl Jones was awesome as that wizard dude.
Yeah. James. I remember not knowing that James Earl Jones was in the movie. I was like, holy crap, that's Darth Vader. He just came out in this movie. But I'd be totally down for this. But just because they've been putting it off for so long, it might never happen. But I really like it.
Screwed up on Terminator.
Yeah.
But Arnold didn't. So I think Arnold can play Conan again. But everyone else around him, how well will they do?
Yeah. Next thing we'll know, he'll be return to a Predator.
Alright, let's move on to item number 6. According to Variety, TriStar Pictures for some time has a Labyrinth sequel, you say? But didn't David Bowie just die, Jacob?
Yeah, he did. But it's okay. I know a lot of people...
It's been developed for some time.
Yeah, it's been developing for some time now. So now they just decided to tell us about it. Like, oh yeah, remember that guy you liked who just died was in this movie? Making a sequel.
Oh yeah.
But it's going to be written by... according to the report, it's going to be written by Nicole Perlman, who was the original screenwriter of Guardians of the Galaxy. And then, James Gunn went in and added stuff to it. But that she was the first female writer for a Marvel movie at the time. So, and she did a very good job with that script. So I would like to see.
That's so different.
Yes, I know it is very different.
Why has she done that? Was labyrinthy?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of weird stuff in Guardians of the Galaxy, but there's a lot of weird stuff in the Labyrinth.
It's true. It's a bizarre world.
Yes, and I think her writing style would fit in it. And now I gotta say, who are they gonna get to replace David Bowie as a villain in it? They get another rock star to do it. Yeah, and another old guy.
Who are they gonna get to replace the bulge?
Yeah, that's. Who
are they gonna get to replace David Bowie's bulge in the movies? What I'm wondering.
He has to have.
How did no one notice that? Seriously.
I know, and then there's a kid in the scene. And the main character is a teenager. But if it's gonna be a sequel, is it gonna come back to her, or is it gonna be a new character that's just coming into this world? Because if that's the case, you might just make it a reboot.
Yeah, I see it's a sequel, but I would prefer a reboot, I think. But maybe there could be a creative way.
Yeah, people are saying they're happy that it's a sequel rather than a reboot. But for me, I don't have the nostalgia for the Labyrinth. I watched it recently for the first time not that long ago, and while I like the movie, it just doesn't really it's not the best movie. I think.
See, a sequel's so vague because you could set it so. It's 20 years later. The events barely have anything to do with each other.
Yeah.
It's a light reboot.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So it's open ended. As for how I feel about Labyrinth, I also didn't see it when I was younger. I only saw it recently. What impressed me was how it looked.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. There's a few scenes that don't hold up my special effects, but it's the creativity.
Yeah, and you gotta have the puppets back in there.
Imagine if George Lucas got a hold of this. It did Labyrinth all CGI.
Everything. Oh my god! And Frank Oz, who played as Yoda in the original, in all the movies actually, he's in this movie too as one of the puppeteers, one of the main puppet characters. So I would be interested in this, but you gotta have all the puppets and back in there. Gotta cast someone. You gotta cast a good villain. And you have to write a good villain too. And if you're gonna make a sequel, might as well come back to this character. You know how many ever years later? It's like 30 years later now.
You could, because there are a lot of people that do play on nostalgia that are very interested in Labyrinth. I know people they've watched it multiple times.
Yeah. And also, don't make it still make it open open to interpretation as to if she's mentally ill or not. Because there's a whole thing in the movies saying that she's like there's a whole theory.
This isn't actually happening.
Yeah,
it's a dream or something.
Yeah, and if you watch the film, thinking about that, it's totally true. Like that could totally be the case. So I would like to see them continue with that in this movie.
All those like the whimsical nature, the heavy use of practical effects. I mean that's a must, right? They're not gonna do it. They're not that dumb, right?
No, they're not.
There's gonna be CGI, but they're not gonna.
Yeah, you can CGI the world, but don't CGI the characters.
Right. I mean, that's inevitable nowadays in modern movie making of CGI. Yeah. But Labyrinth, they're not gonna be so stupid as to not bring that back. If
we watch the first trailer and there's CGI characters in it, I'm just gonna be like, I'm not interested.
Watch Labyrinth, folks.
Yeah.
The movie it's so cool looking.
Yes.
It's so neat, the worlds they inhabit.
Yeah, it's all practical effects. It's great.
Dark Crystal is also kind of similar. It does use a lot of puppets.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie, but I'm really interested in watching it.
Also a lot of cool, weird characters. It's similar, aesthetically. Never-ending Story.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, that one has a lot of stop motion and puppets in it. It's just really cool how they can do that. I would like to see that.
The horse dragon. I love the horse dragon.
that weird dog dragon, I call it.
Oh, dog. Yeah, that's right, the dog.
Yeah, dog.
It's cute though.
Yeah. But I just like to see more practical effects come back. I think with how popular Star Wars and how much J.J. Abrams was promoting the whole practical effect thing, I think we will see more of that come back.
It needs to come back because it adds another creative dimension.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, we can do CGI here, there's different things that happen when you're working with a physical object.
Yeah.
When those puppeteers are there, they're adding another art to this already huge art form of movies that just blends everything.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, let's do this. And now let's do item. Oh no, we've reached the time of the show where we like to call Geek Talk. This is where we talk about anything from the Geekverse. Jacob, what are we talking about?
Today we're talking about our favorite on-screen villains. So, what are some of your favorite villains on screen? The worst of the worst.
Oh, well, let me define this first.
Okay.
Because this sometimes confuses people. When you say you like a character, you can in like a film or a movie, you could mean that as in like if I knew them outside, I'd personally like them. Like,
yeah.
Or you could like take a step back and go, oh, this is a well-written character. I'm really into this character. Even though the person's horrible, like a lot of bad villains. Archibald Cunningham in Rob Roy is despicable. There's this complete asshole fop, and I love him, but I hate him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because sometimes the protagonist of the film can be a villain, and like what we see in like A Clockwork Orange, the main character in that, he's a total.
He's a psychopath.
He's a horrible person.
Really, extreme.
Yeah, but he's the main character of the movie. But for me, I'm talking about the more traditional villain. That's where I'm going. For me,
like a comic booky villain.
I guess like my favorite villain of all on-screen villain of all time is Darth Vader. That's what I'm talking about here. You have him, and then he's more of a he has more dimensions to him too because the Emperor, he's the more just classic mustache-twirling villain.
But in the first two movies,
yeah.
He doesn't really have any dimensions, does he?
Yeah. Well,
he seems kind of.
I mean, like at the end, we learn.
In the third movie, he has a lot of good scenes talking with Luke, and there's like a conflict.
And then thinking about it afterwards, you know that he's like the split between the dark and the light.
Afterwards.
Yes, afterwards. And then another Sigma Star was another good villain that we're gonna see up and coming is Kylo Ren. I'm really excited to see more of him. he could be another one of my all-time favorite villains.
One of the best first appearances.
Yeah, it was a great. And then the other one is Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber
in Die Hard. It's really great. What are some of your favorite?
Wow, you kind of adjusted the parameters. I'm using my own parameters.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Your own parameters. So when I was younger, I was talking about Rob Roy, and I liked Archibald Cunningham's performance, and that's what everyone mentioned about that movie. Yeah. As I got older, I started to appreciate the real villain behind the scenes, John Hurt, playing an aristocrat that's pulling all the strings. John Hurt, he's a good actor. He plays this aristocratic. I'm better than you. I have power. I'm just used to power. You're beneath me. You're scum. I've seen him play other roles. He played Caligula. Another amazing villain.
Yeah.
It's so outrageous, the performance, but it works. John Hurt is just good at it.
And then another John Hurt performance where he wasn't necessarily the villain of the movie, but in the first Alien movie, he was the
That's Ian Holmes.
What?
That's Ian Holmes.
Is that in the first? It's one of the Alien movies.
He's big. What Alien was it? Sure, John Hurt.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was John Hurt in the movie. You can keep talking, and I'll look it up. I'm gonna make. Look
it up while I talk more about villains. I like complex villains, or characters that we might not even call a villain. So, but sometimes you can get away with less complex villains, like in a movie like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. That they play a certain role. One of my favorite roles I've ever seen was by a person that did so many despicable things, but by the end of the show I was rooting for him, and it was this weird anti-hero, Al Swearingen, who was set up on Deadwood as this outlaw.
Yeah.
He takes what he wants. He does what he wants. He doesn't care about anyone.
It starts off with him as the villain of the show, but then he becomes one of the main characters of the show as it goes on.
And he does this really. He is one of the characters, but he has this arc where you learn about him, and you start to sympathize with him. He does all kinds of horrible things.
Yes.
Right. It's amazing. Till by the end of the show, I'm rooting for Al, and you can see how other people actually are. They support Al. They're loyal to him. Like there's just it's interesting when you have a character that complex. Okay. I like that way. Obergruppenführer Smith in The Man in the High Castle.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was wrong. John Hurt is in the first movie, but he's the guy that gets the alien popped out of his chest. He's the guy that dies.
Ian Holmes is
Yes.
Oh.
But he is a.
How did I not know that though?
Yeah.
How did I forget that?
He was a pretty good villain though, because you didn't know if he was going to betray Ripley or not.
John Hurt, it's amazing. He was in this movie called The Proposition we reviewed. He's in 2 scenes or something.
Yes, and he's just great in it. And
he grabs the scenes.
And he plays pretty much, an antagonist of the movie because he was a guy, he was a hitman
bounty hunter.
Yeah, bounty hunter going after the main character. But yeah, there's just so many great villains out there, and Marvel needs to step up their game because they have Loki, and that's it.
When I think of Marvel, but I think of the big guy, Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin.
But there is this separation that they keep, even though they say they're mixed universes. That's a Marvel Cinematic Universe, but there's the TV shows.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Because no one ever mentions they say Loki.
Yeah.
I find it in other shows, which is weird.
Yeah, and David Tennant as Kilgrave in
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones, great villain. He was fantastic in that. So
those are my 2 favorite Marvel villains.
Yeah.
Loki turns into the anti-hero like Al Swearingen, where it's is he even the villain anymore?
Yeah, he goes back and forth a lot, and it's hard to keep track, I think. But they could have done a really good job with Ultron, but they kind of mucked that up just a little bit.
Yeah. The one-liners are the problem. You have to take your villain seriously.
Yeah.
This guy's supposed to be a total badass, and he was, and I liked him. But you're undercutting what you're trying to do. Yeah. You show him menacing and tall, and then he makes a quip.
Yeah,
I saw that.
But my favorite scene with him in that movie was actually when he's talking to Black Widow. He has her captured, and then he goes, "Whatever kills me." And then his new body rips open his old body, and makes me stronger. I really like that scene. So yeah, we like villains on this show. We want to see more.
I want to see nuanced villains.
Yes.
I want to see something, some complexity. And the MCU villains are so throwaway. The Thor 2 villain.
No one cares. And that's another Doctor Who actor, actually, but that's the only reason I was excited to see him in there. And then he doesn't do anything the entire film. Yeah.
At the same time, you could say, well, that doesn't really matter. They don't play a big role. But just how Marvel does different styles of films, well, they can do a film that does cater more to the villain, where they show both sides more.
Yeah, and the Abomination was a good villain in the Incredible Hulk. You know, at the end, it provided a cool fight scene. But then
that's a different category, kind of.
Yeah, I guess. And then the rest
Winter Soldier was menacing.
But yeah, they got Robert Redford to be the villain in that movie, but he didn't.
He was awesome.
Yeah, but he was just behind the scenes the whole time.
But he was really the villain, and he was awesome.
And then the Red Skull in the first Captain America movie, I liked him.
He was acceptable.
And he's come back, but the actor doesn't want to come back. So
wait, he's come back. The Red Skull will be reappearing.
No, like I want him to, but the actor has to come back if they want him to, but they're kind of like respecting his wishes about it because he doesn't want to.
Interesting, because the mask.
Yeah, you can just have anyone play it, really. But that's our villains. What are your favorite on-screen villains? Go to the comment section below and tell us. We want to know.
Now it's time for old school. This week we talk about at least 10 years old. Jacob, what are you talking about this week?
Today we're talking about the classic Alien 3. So,
oh my god, it's so awesome!
Yes, this was actually I can't remember the director's name. The guy that did Fight Club and the Social Network.
You're looking at me.
Yes, I was looking for answers, Shane.
Keep the phone on.
Yes. Okay.
I told you before the show, Cobb.
Okay, so you saw this movie and it was a different version.
Yes.
Different cut.
So there's the original theatrical cut, which was widely panned by critics. Fans didn't like it. Then there's a director's cut. I have no idea the quality of that cut. A lot of changes that were made. And then after that cut, I think in 2003, there were some other edits, official edit, put out on Blu-ray, and that's what I saw. And the movie was reasonable. It was acceptable.
Yes.
If I just watched it as a movie, it was fine. The fact that it was tied to the previous two Alien movies, this is a different quality.
Yeah, I saw this movie, and I hated it. And
you had the dog, I had the cow.
Yeah, because in the original movie, the alien attacks a dog.
No dogs in my film.
Yeah, there's a cow, which I guess is slightly better. But I hated this movie, and I actually watched the fourth one before I saw this one, because I didn't care about either of them. So I'm just like, might as well just watch the fourth one. You know, it has Ron Perlman in it at least. But the fourth one kind of transcends bad, and it's just like entertaining to watch how bad it is. And
I remember being entertained. I saw it in the theater.
Oh man.
I'm not saying I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I just remember being entertained.
Yeah, it is entertaining in a way. And then the third one, it's just boring and bland. It just,
It suffers from some of the same issues with this better edit. But I thought the movie was pretty decent. I was bored a few times. They're in this prison. There's an alien that's been let loose. There's only one alien.
Yes.
There's just like 20 people.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird how they scaled so much down.
Yeah.
You're not going to understand they scaled back to something different than Aliens. But this, back to one?
Yeah.
Back to like 20 people?
And this was, and I found it's David Fincher. This is his first film. And he said it was such a bad experience. Directors usually stick around for post-production. He just left as soon as it was done filming.
Wow.
Because the studio, they didn't trust him enough. Why'd you get a director that hasn't directed anything before? You don't trust him. Then they just like had like Bruce just like breathing out his neck the whole time and just overseeing everything. So he just left after that and then wanted to become one of the best directors in my opinion. So. I can totally see why this film was messed up and why it turned out the way it did. And the whole thing with the two characters that were in the ship with her at the end, Newt and
what a waste! What a waste of story. So the people that after all the heroic efforts, these are the last survivors of that movie. The last survivors of wherever they were.
Aliens.
And then, the movie begins with them dead already.
Yeah. They crash into the thing, and Ripley's the only one that survives. But then, this is a spoiler, if you haven't seen the end of the movie, she dies at the end. And it was just like, what are you doing?
I didn't get these deaths. That they just, I didn't get it. It just bothered me.
I think it was, studio meddling with the film. And maybe David Fincher, had a good story to tell, and then, they just wanted it to go into a completely different direction.
Oh, it's so bizarre. You undermine the last...
And then the fourth one, they bring her back as a clone. You gotta have Ripley in there, but, we killed her off at the end. We gotta do something to make her come back.
Don't kill off main characters.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Unless it's, the very end, and you want...
Or unless you have Melisandre around to, revive you.
Or, if it's never mind, I'm not gonna go into spoiler shows. But, don't watch this movie. Just watch the first two Alien movies. They're the only ones that are worth it. You can watch the fourth one if you want to laugh a little bit. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
I'm giving the I watched 3 stars, and if you're an Alien fan, it's reasonably entertaining.
I gotta check out the end.
You should check out the cut. It's boring at times, but it's not. There's not like a scene of cringeworthy dialogue and incoherent story or plot lines where like, wait, I don't know what's happening. Which I've heard about the original cut. Sometimes it can be confusing. It works as a movie. This is where we start. This is where we end. All the players. Does anything particularly exciting happen? No, but there's some good moments here and there. Dialogue. There's some excellent moments when she's talking about the company, and they're on those old computers and they're typing messages back and forth. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I like how they have the old technology still in this future setting. I really like how they have that in the original films, and they do future Alien films. I really hope they keep that around.
I'm guessing the aesthetic will be kept. They had an Alien game recently.
Yes, Alien Isolation. I haven't played it, but I watched a playthrough of it. That game looks amazing. It's about Ripley's daughter. It takes place between 1 and 2. So while Ripley is in her hypersleep, it's about Ripley's daughter dealing with aliens now. And
they have the 70s equipment.
Yes.
They have the 70s model with the lines.
And in every single office room, they have the little bird thing that does.
Oh, we gotta get rid of those.
Yeah, I love those.
The aesthetic is great. I didn't play the game, but I actually watched play videos of those.
Yeah.
It seemed really cool. I heard there's long stretches of nothingness between those cool parts.
Yeah.
But the point is, the aesthetic was there, and I think it's going to be there for a new movie. Are we getting a new movie?
Possibly, because remember, Ridley Scott pushed it back for his Prometheus sequels.
Whoa! What are you rating Aliens 3, your cut, the original cut?
I'm going to give it a D.
Okay, switch to alphabet system today.
Okay, D or...
you can be a D. Do what you want.
Or 3 out of 10.
Watch, if you're an Alien fan, watch the new cut.
Yeah, okay.
Watch the new cut. Anyways, folks, we've reached the end of the show. It was brutal. We had no idea what we were doing. The Jacob didn't know how to use his phone. I don't know how to use his phone. But we keep going.
Yeah, we're going.
Where can they get more of us?
They can find us on YouTube at Geeks at the Movies. You can find all sorts of exclusive content there, all our short videos that we do. And then you can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Geeks at the Movie, drop the S, where can they email us? geeksatthemovies.ct@gmail.com. We're looking for guests. If you're in the local area, we film them in Connecticut. If you're in Eastern Connecticut, hey, you got an idea? Can you talk? Are you afraid of being in front of the camera? Maybe you can be on Geeks of the Movies. It's super awesome. Our team is growing now. We actually have a growing list of geeks. Yes. We want to hear from you. Please remember to click that like button. Dude, those things seem silly, but they help us out. Yeah.
Anyway, Jacob, I talk too much. Let me throw this over here. We throw this over here.
Don't do that.
My name's Shane Goodrich. This is
Jacob Does It Tell.
William Beeks of the Movie. I think it said Beeks.